Hey there, Uppity Unicorn here. If this is your first time here, welcome. If not, welcome back. We are going to be talking about the white American delineation situation. It appears that the Black American is not the only person delineating. Now, we are delineating for our own specific reasons, for our own specific purposes, but it's looking like this is the trend, and it's no. It doesn't surprise us at all that we set a trend, we begin a trend, and then everyone else takes to the trend. But they are having their own reasoning, and I'm trying not to get, to imply anything 1920s about this specific level of delineation for them. But here are some TikTok content creators who can offer insight to that delineation all over the FAFSA, and that's your federal form for student application, your student application for loans, basically when you're going to an American university.
On FAFSA applications for student loans, they're starting to ask when you check mark white, they're starting to ask what type of white you are. When you pick white, they have a list of races, of ethnicities rather. German is first. German, there's German, Italian, all the European. Yeah, they're starting to ask what type of white you are. And the post that I just saw this on, I didn't. I took screenshots of the comments, but didn't upload them because TikTok they've been acting funny with me using green screen and all that community guideline violations and all that ridiculous stuff. But the comments from the white people, oh, they flipping out. They don't know what to have. They don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. The girl that posted the video, she's in the comments talking about y'all. We gotta stick together. And rightly so, a black woman responded to her and said, stick together where? A Latina person commented and said, welcome to my world. White people, they about to come for you. Y'all thought that y'all was safe. I don't think it's a coincidence that German was the first one on that list. And some of the other comments, one person commented, I don't even know what type of white I am. My parents and grandparents, are from America. Boo boo. I hate to break it to you. I hate to break it to you. Listen, somebody else commented, I'm not gonna comply. Yeah, that's not gonna work. It hasn't worked for black people. It hasn't worked for Asians. It hasn't worked for Latinos. Okay. Somebody had commented, "Oh, just pick other and put human, like human race, white people."
I'm not going to comply. It's hilarious. By the way, this term white people is actually white people and whites allegedly is a slur for YouTube. So if you're going to be on YouTube, try to use YT, try to use Caucasian persuasion, mainstream American culture, majority, things like this, so that your channel is not harmed in any way or um, somehow shadow banned for using this word. Again, we know that it's not a derogatory term, but I digress.
But yeah, this is some news that I just learned. Very interesting. They're starting to ask what type of white you are. I don't know, white people, they already freaking out in the comments, y'all. I don't know how they gonna handle it. If they go back to the time when they were treating Italians and Polish people and all the other European ethnicities, they were separating them from everybody else. The Irish, we remember those times, or at least it's in the history books. White people, what you gonna do? Because they coming for y'all now.
Look at this. Why the hell is the FAFSA asking what type of white I am? I don't think I have ever been asked what type of white person I am ever before. I mean, this isn't a bad thing. I'm just like, when did this start happening? Because you know what I mean? Usually you just hit white and then you move on with your day. They don't have any other questions, usually. I don't know who they is. I'm thinking all the other forms I've ever filled out. Usually you just hit white and move on. Girl, my dad's adopted. I don't even know.
Wait, can anybody tell me when they changed the FAFSA to want to know what kind of white we are all of a sudden? And I like how it's like they list this other white down here. Like seriously, but like, when did they change this? This is new. This is new to me. This isn't the first time I filled out the FAFSA. So like, when did they change this? Anybody know?
Damn, I guess if you're not on this list, you don't matter.
Now, he laughs about that, but check the list. It says African American, which obviously the term needs to be changed to something like Indigenous Black American, Original Black American, Foundational Black American. It needs to be something that removes the term African and I mean, I wish it was just American, honestly, because Merriam-Webster, that dictionary definition of copper-colored people is who we are. But you've got African American, Jamaican, Haitian, Nigerian, Ethiopian, and at the bottom you can't see it, but it's Somali. And because these are the largest groups of other blacks in America, that's why these groups are here. This is not meant to be exclusionary. This is meant for census data and CBC data and Brookings data. So when they're like, oh, it looks like all the African Americans are, largely majoring in, arts and sciences, and the Haitians are getting their BAs, a BS, a bachelor's of science, and the Nigerians are, going to law school, and the Ethiopians are all engineers. This is for a disaggregation of information, so it's not looking like, well, just this great big category black. We can't figure out what anybody's doing. We can't figure out who the dropouts are, who's graduating, who's not graduating, who's dropping out, whose community is where. And this also changes money and government funding. So, which groups are we giving to? Is now a conversation because of this disaggregation of information. And Greg, like the word gregarious, Greg is the Latin root that means group. So we are disaggregation means we are disgrouping these people. We are ungrouping these people so we can see them for their separate merit.
So two of my mutuals sent me that video this morning. They didn't say anything, they just sent me the video. So here's your answer. In 2020, the largest Black immigrant groups in the United States were Jamaica, Haiti, Nigeria, and Ethiopia. And the next one, of course, would be Somali. And number one, but they're not Black immigrants, would be African Americans. Those questions come from the United States Census. Yes. What is your race? You pick Black. Then they want to know what? Your ethnicity. African American, Jamaican, Haitian, Nigerian, Ethiopian, Somali. The same exact questions. So to see comments like this, maybe I have a suspicious mind, but my reaction was, why are they singling out Somali? The other data is harder to parse through. You can write other in the box and carry on. Why are you going to write other and carry on? They legit are asking your race and your ethnicity. That's legit for statistical data. And since that's on the FAFSA application, what information are we getting from this? Did your ass drop out? Did you graduate? How many are from the Haitian community graduating? How many Haitian I'm Haitian that's attending school? How much are getting funding? That stuff matters. So when y'all online and y'all just say things and somebody says the data does not read that, but in your hearts of hearts, you know it's true. Look at members from your community and ask why they didn't register themselves as their ethnicity. I can tell you, as someone who used to work for the U.S. Census, and when I volunteered to actually knock on doors, and I had an indigenous woman told me she was white because I was Black. The woman was Central American. She told me she was white because I was Black, right? And I was with my coworker, and she's like, you're not supposed to press question. I said, that's not a white woman. She probably don't understand why we're doing this application, why the questions are what the questions are. So there's a reason why they ask these questions. But later on, you can find out how many people from your community is doing what they're supposed to be doing. If you think they're supposed to be going to school, attending school, dropping out, graduating. So when y'all say y'all going to press other and continue on, you hurt your own community. Because
Right.
then there will not be enough data, information. For those of you guys that be like, well, I don't do the U.S. Census, you're hurting your community as well, specifically because doing the U.S. Census also helps with the House of Representative numbers. That's one.
There
And
you go.
also, it helps money go into your community. Trump is not going to be president long. If they don't impeach his ass, he's only there for 4 years.
All right, so there is that. You have this delineation movement taking over the nation. What do you think about this? I would like to hear from you in the comment section below, and you know I'll be down there reading and talking to you. I am Uppity, and I am out of here.
As the daughter of an immigrant, it is imperative that Black people from other places understand the disparate difference that they exist from Black people in the United States. It is not the same. Period. And ultimately, the best effort that we can do as a diaspora is to lead in understanding, not in judgment. So when I am talking to somebody from Sudan, from the Congo, from Angola, I am listening to understand their experience, not to undermine it. And I refuse to allow anybody from Grenada, from Angola, from any other place to come and try to undermine the experience of Black Americans.